everyone, this is TheStC here. I'm going to be casting yet another game between TheLittleOne spawning down in the bottom right side as the red Terran, and his opponent is going to be Nada, the blue Terran, down here in the bottom left side. Look at that, they're being so nice to each other. Oh, hey again, good luck, have fun. And then Nada's like, hey man, good luck. And then I wish there was more text so I could keep that dialogue going. So regardless, the map is going to be Odnoklassniki. Talk about a cool map and a cool game I have for you on Odnoklassniki. I think I'm the only person who ever grins every time I hear the name Odnoklassniki just because it has the word cool in it. I don't know if there's just something wrong with me or whatever. But yeah, this map, small chokes everywhere, siege tanks pretty effective. Difficult to secure this expansion in any matchup against Terran because of siege tanks on the high ground. They can be placed right here, even Reapers can be abused up here, and so this expansion you'll see taken a lot more often in TvT, just because once you kill the rocks, there's really the only way for them to siege this expansion is to put siege tanks inside your base, and if you have siege tanks inside your base, then you got much bigger problems to deal with. I guess I could put them right here, but it really doesn't reach as much as if you put a siege tank right here. So a lot of times you'll see it up here, and also because you can fly up there and it's pretty easy to secure that. And then the things I always point out on this map is two pretty wide open entrances to your base. And I actually didn't realize a lot of people don't know this. On Odnoklassniki, how it's kind of a cross, like on both sides, there is rocks right here between the two bases on either side. So those rocks can be killed for abuse. And one thing you can do is also kill the one rock right here and then go up here to attack your opponent, but also defend these rocks. So on the production tab, we do have, actually TheLittleOne doesn't even have his gas on the way yet. This is, yeah, he is getting his gas way late. Way late. He still hasn't even started his gas at all. Probably wants to be putting that down pretty soon. As you can see, Nada playing more standard here as he already does have that gas, and TheLittleOne's still continuing to refuse getting gas. He says save the gas, mine a bunch of minerals. So there is a second barracks now on the way for Nada. He will be nearing that 100 gas, or he could use it for some add-ons there to do an early push across the map. But for now, TheLittleOne, maybe he's going to go for an early fast expansion or something of the sort, because he hasn't thrown down a bunch of barracks, so that's telling me he's not going to go for a super fast attack because he has almost 300 minerals now, so he's probably going to be putting down a command center here fairly shortly, and Nada is going to scout in here, see exactly, well, kind of what's going on. He actually didn't see the lack of gas, didn't see the fact that there is a command center on the way. Like I mentioned before, using the command center, you can just fly it up here, load in a bunch of SCVs, and it's actually fairly secure. In that regard, these SCVs, he should be making a barracks. Yes, he is. The second SCV just wanted to see how it was done. He's the new guy. He doesn't actually know how to make anything yet. And so TheLittleOne wisely taking the watchtower that will show you the entrance of your opponent's base. If your opponent tries to slip out here or through here, you can see it with the watchtower. You cannot, however, see them go all the way around, up and around, but that takes like a million hours to do, and then you would see them up here anyway. So grabbing the watchtower that is nearest his opponent, very good choice there, especially since he's going a build that is a very fast expansion, and so he is obviously not going to have a lot of units very quickly because he's got his command center so soon, which is why he's scanning as well to see exactly what there is. And so it does look like Nada is going to continue working on these rocks right here, as he does have 3 units there. He's going to continue rallying units from his barracks directly to those rocks so they attack them as soon as possible. And TheLittleOne is going to be killing his own rocks as well, but shooting rocks with bullets, that takes a lot of time to bust down a brick wall. It does look like Nada did his scan as well, so he is going to see this command center. What he's going to want to do is put on some pressure here of his own, because his command center is going to be very delayed, which is why he does have Marauders queued up. He should have some more Marines on the way very shortly, and to try and make up for lost time, he actually has an SCV over here at the high yield. Could potentially take that very quickly to give himself, at least get caught up a little bit. TheLittleOne placing a bunker right here. This bunker is very difficult to run past. If he tries to run past on either side, the Marines can intercept, which will allow the Marines inside the bunker to shoot them. And so Nada is almost through these rocks, and then he will be scooting around over here into the main. Is it going to be enough, though? Because Marauders are not super effective against Marines. Bring an SCV over here for this watchtower. That is very wise. A lot of people forget about these watchtowers unless they have Reapers, then they really start to use those, as the only way to get to them is to kill those rocks. So it does look like TheLittleOne has combat shields on the way. It shouldn't be ready in time to defend this first attack, though. As Nada, he just finished stim, like just that very second. So he's trying to peek in there. I think he actually saw the bunker. Yeah, he sees that there's a bunker there. So his only option right now is to try and take it head on or to run past it. He just got to stim and try and focus it down. All of his units are in position to kill as quickly as possible. The little one, though, does have a bunch of Marines here, but there are Marauders in here. SCVs having to get pulled off the line here to try and defend against this. But you have to be very, very careful because if these units micro away, then they are just doing, basically, they're doing direct economic damage by killing the SCVs as well as indirect economic damage by forcing those SCVs off the line. So now some more SCVs are getting pulled. Nope, he thought he was going to be attacked there, but he was not. So these SCVs can really, really go back to work now. He doesn't realize that, though, because his opponent actually is out across the map. He does not know that. These SCVs, I don't know. These SCVs have really got to get back to work. I'm not quite actually sure what they're doing there. And are they going to get back to work? Or I think he's just really, really paranoid about an attack here because he needs to keep this bunker alive, and he knows that. He knows the important thing is keeping his bunker alive because his opponent will not have the economy he does. This is actually really, really smart by the little one. He knows his economy is so much better that he can just defend with those SCVs. Now he has enough Marines to deal with it. And so now those SCVs are going to go back to work. One Marine going to finish off these rocks, 3 damage at a time. And this Orbital Command, it's doing its job of getting extra mules and SCVs out, but he has not been able to secure that expansion quite yet. While his opponent, though, Nada, he does have his command center at this high yield. I think it's 1 hex too low, but regardless, the high yield is now completed. And Nada, does he have siege tanks on the way? No, he doesn't. He does have some SCVs transferring over to that high yield, though, so keep an eye on this income tab. It should start to even out, although those mules are still kicking it at 800 income per minute there, and so now they're pretty much tied up. Once these SCVs start to kick in, that's when Nada's going to have a lot of trouble. Or not Nada, but that's when the little one will have trouble. But for now, the little one's army is actually really, really good against this Marine Marauder ball. And so Nada, though, does have the high ground. The little one trying to move over here. So the first shot is going to go to Nada, but Marines are so effective, especially with the combat shields. And so no stim. I mean, if they did, they are very, very softened up. They did actually stim there, but look at that. Mass Marine beats Mass Marauder there, and so the Nada's gonna have to back up and be like, oh man, I gotta get out Marines ASAP. And really, it's such good play by the little one because he realized exactly what build Nada went, and he knew there would be no siege tanks. If there was a siege tank in that army, those Marines would just be blasted away from that splash damage. So now the little one is gonna be marching in here. Now there is an equally sized army over here though, and it looks though actually like the Nada's gonna lose this battle even after using stim there. These Marines are just too much for Nada to handle, so Nada is trying to crank out some units here. However, his units did spawn and get blasted away right when they were spawning. Some SCVs are getting taken off the line here. Oh wow, that arm went flying across the map, but it does look like he will hold this off. The little one definitely gonna want to turn around here. But the damage has been dealt. Nada has lost 3,100 resources in units compared to the little one's 2,400, and the little one just now getting his expansion up. However, the high yield is here and getting nearly fully saturated. That is getting dangerously close there. This Marine is going to scout it, though. The little one wisely going to check up here to see exactly what's going on. He did shoot that SCV, though. So Nada's going to move out here to kill this Marine. But the little one knows about this. He knows exactly what's going on. And he's microing this Marine around as best he can. And he killed one SCV there before the army showed up to finish the job. So right now, if we just look at the income tab, 12, now almost 1,300 here for the little one, compared to 1,200 for Nada, which that's because this one has not been fully saturated quite yet, and he doesn't have the SCV saturation that he needs right now inside the main. Because of that attack, he really lost a lot of SCVs, and they're pretty even right now in the income. I just would give the advantage still to the little one. If you look at the harvester count, 40 harvesters for the little one, 31 for Nada, and just looking at the army size, 21 Marines for the little one, actually 27 Marines for Nada. So actually Nada has a big opportunity here to march in here, and the siege tanks are not ready yet, so this could be a perfect timing attack to move in here before this tech starts to kick in. Is it going to work though? I don't know. I mean, really, he was able to produce all these units. That's why he has so few SCVs, is because he really wanted to rely on a heavy counterattack here, and these Marines are getting fully healed up by these medevacs, which have now spawned, but they are very, very low on energy. And oh, we did use a stem right there. that is going to make those medevacs almost worthless at this point because they're completely out of energy. I don't even think they fully healed these Marines. They have not, and the siege tech, though, is actually almost done. If he can get these siege techs out, this is actually a really dicey moment. If you look at the army size, they are almost identical, but the little one able to spawn out a couple Marines, trying to focus down the factory right here. I think he is going to get before that siege tech finishes, and the tech add-on has not been destroyed, though, so the little one trying to do as much damage as he can, but it looks like the concave is too powerful for the little one. The siege tank at the back just blasting away all these Marines, and he was able to hold that off just barely. The siege tech just narrowly finishing there, as if he would have killed that factory, there would be no siege tank mode completed, and he could have actually held that up. But the problem now is that he relied on this heavy infantry, and his positioning was just so bad. This acted like a wall, acted like a funnel, and the units were just slaughtered right here as if they were sheep or something, whatever that saying is. But 95 supply now for the little one, as opposed to 66 for Nada. So it does look like the little one's going to move out. This factory may get destroyed, as there are a lot of Marines there to shoot it down. Or they're going to, yep, they are going to shoot it down, because why not? So every second that goes by, Nada is getting more and more nervous here because he does not have the army he needs. He does not have siege tanks. So unless he can get some brilliant flank to kill 4 tanks, the little one, though, he is leapfrogging them wisely. So it does look like Nada's got to try and move down here, but there is way too large of an army, especially with those siege tanks. Every time they shoot, they are going to be killing Marines, and so the little one is once again in phenomenal shape. And even though he did a couple of stims preemptively, that concave was just too powerful. So there goes one stim from Nada. He was able to kill one siege tank. Gonna try and focus down a second one, but there are too many Marines there to block it off. Even a couple of SCVs getting in on the action as the siege tanks are continuing to leapfrog over here. Nada is now against the ropes right now. There's nowhere for him to run, as the little one has set up and contained. A couple of siege tank shots there did soften up the majority of Nada's army. And while he has had this high yield expansion, it is not going to matter because the little one was able to get out the siege tanks first. This Marine is trying to ghost walk through siege tanks, but it's not going to work. And it does look like Nada there is going to lose. So Nada does GG. The little one able to beat him again. So the little one beats not only Boxer, but he was able to beat Nada as well. Very good games here from both players. I really liked how Nada tried something different. He tried a completely different build and relied more on those Marines and Marauders to do an early attack when he thought that the little one would be weakest, and it almost worked, but that concave was just too powerful there, as that building placement really proved to be effective. Now, I just want to mention that the little one did play really smart, where he got a bunch of Marines knowing that his opponent would not have siege tanks in time. Here's a Hellion over here. Oh man, he wants to kill these SCVs so bad. You can see the smile on his face, where actually he's actually that's a face palm, but anyways, he would have killed all these SCVs. He's face palming because he wasn't able to actually kill his SCVs. And so, wow, that was a good game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there's been a lot of TvTs, but TvT can be fun when it is the most legendary players in the world. So definitely make sure to follow me on Facebook. It is facebook.com/HuskyStarcraft. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.